What's going on? What's going on? It's your boy Kaike here, and I'm back with another one. So today I'm going to be telling you guys how to build teams for PvP and just how to build teams in general for Legends. Now, I don't think that team building in Legends is very complex or very hard. It's very simple, and honestly, just depends on like what type of setup you want to go for, and it depends on what units that you have at your disposal. In my personal opinion, so let's just get straight into it. Now, the basic thing that everybody needs to know about team building is that Z abilities, right? Every unit in the game has a Z ability. No matter what rarity you are, no matter what tag you are, every unit has a Z ability, right? And the Z ability, it buffs a certain select tag and then gives a percentage increase to a select stat to a select tag. So this Rose here, he buffs strike attack and defense 30% to both God Key and future tag units. Now every character in the game obviously have tags that they're assigned to. This Rose, he has Saiyan, future God Key, and Super Saiyan Rose. So those are his 4 tags, and he buffs 2 of them. So every time you bring a unit onto this team, so I say if I slide what's another God Key unit here? Let's go to God Key. Where's God Key? So, an example of that. Anytime I slide a God Key unit here, you're gonna see that little white status thing show up. That's just to give you an example that the team that you're applying, they're getting that buff from Rose now that you're putting them on the team. So, looking at this, you see that? So this is just to show you the tags, like the Z abilities that this guy is going to be getting when he goes into battle. So he has his own Z ability, obviously, and then he's getting that 30% strike attack and defense from the Rose. So that's basically how team building works. And obviously you want to try and go for more synergized type teams, but I know in the beginning that may be hard starting out. So I know what a lot of people do is that they may have 3 good units for 1 tag. So all 3 of these units buff God Key, right? So they're all God Key buffers, and this guy is a God Key and a future buffer, right? So what you want to do, if you probably don't have access to as many God Key units I have, even I don't have all the God Key units, which what some people do, since most people like these units have multiple tags. So the main tag that all these units have are Saiyan, right? Hope you guys are following along. I'm not making this too complex. It's saying, right? So what you would want to do if you don't have access to as many God Key buffers or units with God Key Z abilities, you will want to look for people who probably buff the Saiyan Z ability, who buff the Saiyan tag. So I know this guy buffs the Saiyan tag, this guy buffs the Saiyan tag, and I know that this guy buffs the Saiyan tag. That's another way to probably go about doing teams. This is definitely, especially for newer players, this is probably the way you probably want to try and set up your teams if you want to go about doing it this way, because I know some of you guys may want to run a full God Key team, but you may not have access to all the God Key buffers, but you have the top 3 units maybe, and then maybe like their best God Key units, or maybe your best team setup that you can run right now. So in the background you could just have 3 sub units that buff another tag that these units have access to, right? So that's one way you can run, like, set up teams. And quick note, there's also Zenkai units. Now I'm not going to really talk about them for too long, but Zenkai units also have extra Z abilities. So this right here, he buffs element red and tag Saiyan. So you got to have both of these at your disposal. You have to be a red element and a tag Saiyan to get these extra stat increases. That's a Zenkai ability. Now only Zenkai units have that, and it only applies to when like the unit is the same tag and the same color as them. So since Rose is a Saiyan and he's the element red, his color is red, he gets access to that extra Zenkai ability that he gets from that Zenkai Goku from the Frieza arc there. So you'll be able to see it here on the Zenkai ability. They treat them like their own separate Z abilities from Z abilities. So that's how Zenkai Z abilities work. Those are a little bit more from complex. So you guys don't really need to worry about that if you're newer players. That's more of like a complex things for more probably vet players who probably will have this guy 7-star, like. But I just want to quickly give you guys an idea of how that works. So to be honest, that's pretty much it when it comes to team building in Legends, right? Like there's multiple type of setups that you can run, but it all depends on what you just have access to. Like if you want to run a pure defensive type setup, maybe you would just run the bottom half just pure like defensive type units that buff Saiyan's defense or something like that. Or maybe you just want to go for pure offense, or maybe you just want to go for just pure strike attack. You could just have a team where everybody's just buffing strike attack. So it honestly all depends on the units you have at your disposal and like how you want to run your setups when it comes to team building a legend. So I guess that's where the customization comes down to. But yeah, so as far as team building, I think that's pretty much it. There's not really much anything else too complex when it comes to team building as far as that. At this point, once you learn the basic concept, you just kind of just start messing around and just just kind of mess around with certain teams that you probably guys want to try out, stuff like that. And that's just pretty much it at that point. And then you just play PvP or just hop into into like story mode or co-op and just test some of this. Well, not really co-op, but you guys go on. I mean, just hop into PvP and probably just test out these teams. And if you don't like it, maybe you can just separate them and retry over again. Like team building, honestly, like I said, it all comes down to the end of the day of what you have at your access at your disposal as far as units, because like you need units to buff certain tags and Z abilities to make better teams. So it all comes down to what units you have at your disposal at the end of the day. So you just gotta kind of just play the game and just keep summoning until you get some of these units. So that's just the truth of the fact about it. Now, I'm here in the character list section, right? So if you're looking for future team building, like I know I do this all the time, I always look at the character list section because it gives you an idea of what characters you might want to look for certain tags that you don't have access to. Now, obviously, if you don't have certain characters, you're gonna have these little blacked out screens. Like they're gonna be there, but they're gonna be these little blacked out screens. Now, the cool thing that Legends lets you do is that they let you look at the characters' kits and their Z abilities. So let's say you want to run a female warrior team in the future. Maybe you don't have this Bunny Bulma like me. Maybe you know that next time when she comes back on the banner, you're going to be willing to summon for her or go all out for her because you really want her to complete a certain team setup. So that's how it works with like how I think you guys should be looking at teams for the future and team building for the future. Like if you like a certain team, maybe you saw one of my videos, maybe you saw another YouTuber video, you be like, hey, I would like to run that team, but I don't have this unit. You could probably just check here to look up and see what the unit does as far as their kit and stuff like that, and see what their Z ability buffs and stuff like that. So I think that's the basic premise of how you guys should be thinking about building teams for the future, and how you guys should just be setting up your teams if you don't have certain select units, or setting up your teams if you do have a full units for certain tags and stuff like that. So that's your boy Kai Kid. Hope you guys were very well informed by this video, because I do try my best to make it simple when it comes to these type of videos, because I don't want to overwhelm you guys too much. I hope I really didn't. If I did and you guys feel like you guys didn't feel any help from this, I definitely wouldn't mind redoing this video. But yeah, it's your boy Kaiko, last guy from a content. That was my team builder guide on how to make teams for PvP and just how to make good teams in general and Legends. So yeah, I'm out.
Nigga, Gogeta is beyond broken, bruh. Come on now. Stop fucking playing with me.